Well, I'm a lucky girl today. Hi, how are you? I'm Taylor Morgan, and I'm going to get fed today. And so Joseph Angelucci, if you're watching, this was his suggestion the other day. He was like, you should tell the restaurants to bring you food. You know what? I didn't even have to tell them. They brought it to me anyway. If I wasn't me, I'd be jealous of me. Anyway, you're watching Tayste Local. How are you? Today is, let's move my head and see which day it is. It's day 48 of dine-in lockdown for South Florida. It is day 4 for reopening new normal kind of thing on the Treasure Coast and in other parts of the state of Florida. And we're here to talk about restaurants. I am so unorganized today. I don't even know where my glasses are. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch. Not. We have such a great show. But before we get to that, while we're waiting for people to get online, I'd like to just tell you a few things that are going on. I was going through Facebook the other day, and for those of you who are watching on the Treasure Coast, I don't know if you've heard, but on May 1st, the Prawn Broker in Stewart posted this. Hello, Facebook friends and many customers. We wish to bid you farewell. We are so appreciative of the last 35 years of serving you, your families, and your friends. We are so grateful for your business. We hope to see you in one of our other restaurants very soon. Shrimpers is opening on Monday. This restaurant group, they own Shrimpers, Black Marlin, Palm City Grill, Magic Oyster, and 35 years. They're closing Prawn Broker. And I don't know exactly if it's due to coronavirus, but one would tend to think so. And so that's really sad. We're going to try to get them on the show in the coming weeks. The big news for those of us in Palm Beach County is that we are next. What was happening was Palm Beach County and the officials in Broward and Miami-Dade had decided we're all going to come back together. Well, Miami and Broward seem to have more cases of coronavirus than we do. And even though they have done far more testing than we have, I mean, far more testing, the commissioners in Palm Beach County want to get us open. So they wrote a letter to DeSantis, and it was unanimous that they want to reopen businesses in Palm Beach County. And so it's kind of weird. How do you feel about that? Are you scared? Are you excited? I know business owners are excited. Restaurant owners are excited, but this is a new normal. So I'm going to ask you, I have to see if I can, I have to log into the broadcast to see if I can, I have 2 mouses here, 3 cameras, 4 computers. I'd like to ask you, take a second to post, what can restaurant owners who are opening for dine-in or who are already open for dine-in, what can they do to make you feel more confident in patronizing their restaurant? If you wouldn't mind just writing that down in the comments so we can take a look. Again, what can restaurant owners do to help you as patrons feel more confident in patronizing their restaurant for dine-in? Could it be servers wearing masks or posting their procedures on Facebook or their website? Just let us know in the comments, and I'm going to try to see if I can actually read some. I'm so discombobulated right now. Oh, live comments. Okay. Do we have anybody even watching yet? Wait a minute. Ah, there we are. Of course, it's all the way across the room, and I still can't see it. So Jeffrey Miller says, Taylor, I got to go out and sit down at Italian dinner last night. Oh, wow. Paper menus. Order by your own device. That's a very, very good suggestion, Greta. Now, Greta, just so you know, she is one of the admins on the Socially Distanced Supper Club West Palm Beach page. If you don't know about Socially Distanced Supper Club, my God, it's blowing up all over Facebook. There's West Palm Beach, North Palm Beach, the Western communities, Boynton, Boca del Rey, and it's done an amazing service for local restaurateurs. But Greta said something about the paper restaurants. paper restaurants, paper menus. Death or Glory, what they're going to be doing down in Del Rey is on a big screen projector. They're going to project on the wall their menu. So I think that's kind of cool, as long as, you know, the letters are big enough and people can see it from across the room. But there you don't have to, I mean, paper menus, very, very expensive to print those out and then throw them out. Even disposable menus, having to wipe them off, that's a pain in the ass. But maybe doing a whole wall of chalk paint and updating the menu on a daily basis or a weekly basis or however it is, or like they're going to do at Death or Glory, projecting it on the wall. That would be very cool. So a few more, Ruby. Oh, should we introduce Ruby? Ruby. Hi.
Hello, Taylor.
Ruby flies in from time to time.
I do fly in from time to time.
She's in Tennessee. How you doing?
You know, I'm doing good. I'm quarantining here in Nashville where nothing is open. So, you know, just taking it day by day like everybody else.
We're weird here. I mean, everybody is. I mean, in South Florida, my God, the weather is stunning. It's probably about 75 degrees today. It is just an amazing day. Everybody, you know, we're used to going out and having drinks on the dock and, you know, spending time, you know, watching live music and, you know, at waterfront restaurants. And that's why I think people really have cabin fever, because we're used to that.
Yeah, I mean, luckily the weather in Nashville's actually been really nice. And our project for this week, my mom just bought a pool for herself for the summer. So our project this week is going to be blowing it up because I really want to use it and not feel totally stuck inside right now.
Well, what else do we have? Because I forgot to put up the thing over here so I could actually see.
Yeah, of course.
What else do we have?
We actually just got some more comments in. Tina says, scared that it will get back to being comfortable. People will forget and we'll be right back to where we started, which honestly, Tina, I can't say that I completely disagree. I think that, you know, it just comes down to obviously doing what you're most comfortable with, but wearing your masks, people, there are so many people, Taylor, I don't know if you've noticed, but especially in Tennessee right now, who just aren't wearing a mask. It's crazy.
It's happening here too. It's happening here. As a matter of fact, we're going to talk to Paul over at Manatee Island Grill and Bar and Grill. And I heard, not at his restaurant, but at other restaurants surrounding him, because they got to open, that people, it's like nothing ever happened. Everybody just going out. But Paul's taking extreme measures. They have crime tape around the Tiki Bar. I mean, seriously, he's an excellent restaurateur. So, you know, I'm just interested, you know, because Palm Beach County is coming next. It could be as soon as next week. So restaurateurs have to get ready for a new normal. We have to get ready. So just, you know, tape a menu on the front door windows, says Ken. Or how about the menu on a phone? As long as they have an updated menu on their website or their Facebook page, why not that? Certainly much cheaper than paper menus or having to wipe off disposable menus all the time. So anyway, thank you for your comments. Keep them up, because the restaurant owners who watch this show on the replay will be able to see your suggestions and maybe take some of those to heart. My name is Taylor Morgan. You're watching Tayste Local. We come to you live on Facebook and YouTube every Tuesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. I'm the owner of localdines.com, and I'm doing this as a way just to support local restaurant owners during this wacky ass time. And what time is it? It's 2:10. And so it's time to let you know exactly who is going to be on the show today. So let me find page 1. Just a moment, please. Okay. Okay, here we go. So if you use a restaurant delivery service, I have a very, very important message for you coming up at the end of the show, okay? If you are a restaurant who uses one, if you are a consumer who uses a restaurant delivery service, you got to stick around, because Paul Mikel will be along to tell us what's going on with My Liberta. You may have heard of it. You may have not. You're going to wanna. Okay. Also, we're going to introduce you to Melanie and Mikel Cheffee, Ober. They are the owners of Corks and Forks Catering. We will meet Paul Gonnella, like I said, at Manatee Island Bar and Grill in Port Salerno and Fort Pierce. And my first guests, well, they moved from Greenwich, Connecticut to Palm Beach County. where they found a little restaurant in Lake Park. Charming. It's called Cafe du Parc, and it was being sold. It's a very popular French restaurant of the day. And it's in a charming 1930s house with a veranda. And it's the cutest little thing with all these little nooks and cranny rooms. And in 2008, they opened the restaurant under the name Pelican Cafe. And so Sunday is Mother's Day. And what's so cool about Karen and Mark is they are all about family. They even have on the menu 2 items, one by Mark's mother, and that's the Mom Frangione's Sunday pasta. And then Karen's mother, still to this day, is making her award-winning pineapple upside-down cake. And those 2 items are always on the menu at Pelican Cafe, because Pelican Cafe is truly all about family. Their employees are like family. Their entertainers are like family. And of course, their guests, when you go there, you are treated like family from the second you sit down, from the moment you walk in to Mark coming over to the table and saying hello. And it is my great pleasure to introduce my very, very good friends, my dear friends. I don't know how we're going to keep this to 15 minutes, guys, because Karen and I, we do about 2 hours a week on the phone on one conversation. Mark Frangione and Karen Howe at Pelican Cafe in Lake Park on US 1, right across from the park. Welcome to Tayste Local. How are you?
Hi, Taylor. How are you?
Hi, everyone.
What is that on your face, Mark?
I'll shave it when we open.
Wait, lean in a little bit.
Caesar.
Wow. I don't think I've ever seen you with a beard like that.
Many people have.
Oh, wow. Well, hey, welcome to the new normal.
Thank you, and thank you, Taylor, for hosting the show. It's so wonderful of you to support the restaurant community, like you always have with your other business, South Florida Dines, which we've been a partner with you on. And as you mentioned, you're my marketing girlfriend, so you're always good for us, and we truly appreciate it.
Well, you guys are so dear to me, and not just me. You're dear to so many people. You know, you probably, if you have ever listened to Legends Radio, where breakfast, lunch, and dinner is always a winner.
We have
Pelican Cafe.
our buddy Mikel Robinson here with Mark. He was dressed up as Don Corleone for Halloween.
That was a great Halloween.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
And Sally and the whole family and the Legends team are so supportive of us.
We really love all of our performers and everybody at Legends Radio. But I mean, the live music here at the Pelican Cafe has become such a staple. Dawn Marie and Giovanni and Rick Creevy, and Pam and Dave and Rob Russell. It's just people can't wait for us to reopen. Of course, for the great.
Well, here's the thing, you know, this whole thing on March 20th, when we got the message from the governor, just like everybody, did you just feel like there was a knife in your heart? Do you feel like that a plug was just pulled out from your soul when you found out that you had to close and lay people off? I mean, you guys didn't open right away for takeout. You took a breath, right?
Well, what we did was we made sure that we cleaned and sanitized for the beginning 2 weeks, and we set ourselves up for curbside pickup and home delivery, personal delivery from our in-house staff, and went through the kitchen and just sanitized everything and got us ready to provide a service for our great customers. And it took 2 weeks to do that. Because you can't take any chances with this situation.
No.
You have to be on top of it, and you know, it was something brand new for all of the restaurants doing this curbside pickup and home delivery, especially when we're all just adapted to bringing the people in our restaurant and dining, you know. And so
and you guys are fine dining. I mean, you're upscale American and Italian, and you're not really a takeout restaurant. I mean, what was your, like, on a normal weekend back when life was normal? What would you do in takeout maybe during the week?
Not much. I mean,
and then you had to pivot.
Yeah, and it really I think it was something that had to be thought out through to make sure it was somewhat flawless. Because you know as well as I know, you get that food that you delivered from the Chinese restaurant or that Mexican restaurant, wherever you're ordering from, and you get it home and you're missing something.
Yeah.
That's the worst. So we wanted to make sure that all of the food that was being picked up or home delivered was just like you were eating it here at the Pelican.
And speaking of home delivered, I love you guys. You know, I gotta tell you, I
did send some food. I sent some food to you.
Yes, you did, and my food cam is not working, so I'm gonna have to hold this up and hope that I don't drip all over the place.
Parmesan.
Oh boy, hold on. You know what? No, if I touch that camera, can you see? Ruby, can you take my name off for a second? Okay.
There's my Parmesan crusted filet of sole with a timed reduction and fresh tomato and chives and homemade sauteed spinach.
Oh, I want to bite into this right now. Hold on a second. And you also have sent.
You also have a side of homemade fusilli pasta marinara. There you go. That's in-house pasta made right here at the Pelican.
You know, I got to tell you, and the other thing I'm going to hold for later, okay? That's a little secret. I hate cooking. I don't like it at all. I have gained so much respect for chefs since this whole thing happened, because I'm serious. Standing in the kitchen and making meals every single day, I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. So instead, I've been eating like popcorn for dinner and a power bar for lunch, and basically that's it. So to have this wonderful filet of sole Parmesan sitting in front of me, it's gonna bring a tear to my eye. I'm telling you. This is one of your best sellers on the menu at Pelican Cafe, right?
It's one of my lightest fish dishes. Very light golden brown Parmigiano Reggiano crusted filet of sole, and it's one of my signature dishes.
It's so even delivered, it's just as good as it would be when I've had it at the restaurant.
Mission accomplished.
We've had a lot of those comments from customers, and we want to say thank you to all of our customers who have been so supportive of us, our friends and family. We come from a military family, Mark and myself. My grandfather was in the World War I, chief yeoman officer in the Navy. He enlisted at 17 years old, which was right about the time the polio outbreak was happening.
Oh, wow.
Mark's father was in World War II, China, Burma, India, Army Battalion. My uncle was in the Korean War. We lost him in the Korean War, but he's always with us. And Mark was in the Navy as a flight deck controller.
Launching airplanes on an aircraft carrier. Yeah.
So we come from strong families. My mom and dad have been a big part of our restaurant. I have a picture because they're so cute. I have to put them up. My mom made all the curtains and tablecloths when we first opened the restaurant. My father was a big help.
Aww.
Yeah, they're really just great people. And the pineapple upside down cake is such a signature dessert.
And
I was gonna wait, but here it is.
There's the pineapple upside down cake. Yeah, that's
there's
wonderful.
There's mom's pineapple upside down cake.
Yeah.
And all the Italian recipes are Mark's mother's.
And my grandmother, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, there's the cake. Award-winning.
There we go. Oh my God, this is an award-winning dessert. Took second place at the Foodie Awards, and it's your mother who did it. I think we have a picture of both of your mothers, Mark's mother and Karen's mother, because this is our Mother's Day show. Mother's Day is Sunday, May 10th, and it's going to be a really strange day for restaurant owners who normally have a big packed day.
Mother's Day, Sunday, this Sunday. Yeah, there you go. This Sunday, I'm doing a braised lamb shank over deli noodles or mashed potatoes with a vegetable of your choice. It comes with
the bone.
Dessert is complimentary with that dish, and there'll be a little bottle of wine in there for you too.
Who could resist? So you do curbside pickup, and when you say curbside, you are coming out of the restaurant and bringing it to their car, putting it in the back seat or the trunk, correct?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. Or delivery. You guys are doing free delivery within a 10-mile radius from Pelican Cafe. Is that correct?
Yeah, my two food expediters and runners are of course, they acquired 2 brand new cars each from working at the Pelican, so they're using their brand new cars.
They're using our staff.
They're using our in-house staff that bought brand new cars from working for us.
Wow.
delivering to.
I have to go work for you. I need a new car.
Oh, how's that fusilli? Isn't the homemade fusilli just?
It's so good. It's so amazing. Your sauce is amazing.
Awesome. Yeah. I'm so glad you're enjoying. I love meeting you. I love seeing you.
Well, you know, I love your restaurant. You got to talk about the shrimp cocktail. Mark, I don't know where you get it. Probably on the planet Mars, because I've never seen shrimp so big. What are they? U10s or what?
They're U8.
U8s?
U8.
Tell everybody what a U8 means.
U8. Well, it goes from 1 to 10. 1 being the largest of the shrimp.
That'll be a prawn.
That's like a lobster tail.
Right.
And then you go up the line. 6 to 8, 8 to 10, 10 to 12. And they're U8 tiger shrimps.
They're
and
huge.
really, they eat like lobster tails. Yeah, they really and the cocktail sauce is really my favorite. It's a family recipe learned from when I was a kid eating raw clams on a half shell. So we add a little red wine vinegar and a good what am I thinking about? Horseradish. A really fresh. You have to use a fresh horseradish, and that really makes the shrimp cocktail as well.
Mm-hmm. Your food is fabulous. Like you said, live entertainment when we're back open. But on Mother's Day, you're going to actually have Dawn Marie doing are you going to do live streaming, live entertainment on Mother's Day? How's that work?
Yeah, it'll be our second time of live streaming with Dawn Marie and Rick Creevy.
She's here. She's here helping us today.
Hi, Dawn Marie. She's a stunning, talented, lovely person.
She set us up with the lighting and she brought in her makeup artist and got us for the shoot.
When I said that you're entertainers, you're like family. You really are. You're the people that entertain for you, the people that work for you, and the people that patronize your restaurant as guests really become your family. I mean, we work together on a professional basis as client and clientee. What am I? But we became friends because that's who you are.
Yeah.
It's as you said, we really everybody's is part of the family here at the Pelican, and it's I guess it just stems from growing up like that and making everybody look at that homemade fusilli, yay!
And when we opened the restaurant, Taylor, we wanted to be a neighborhood restaurant and support the neighborhood, have people come in and be comfortable. We do support a lot of local charities. We're also members of the Women's Chamber of Commerce.
Yes, hello.
Huge, she's a wonderful woman and huge supporter of ours as well.
Yeah, I ended up being a celebrity bartender at the Giraffe nominee awards, and I was shaking my French martini. I think I took about 50 of them, raising money for the Giraffe Awards and the Chamber of Commerce, the Women's Chamber of Commerce. That was a lot of fun.
Well, that's what you guys do. You give back to the community, and the community gives back to you. And when things are normal again, we will again. I mean, your curbside has been going well.
Yeah.
Something that you weren't sure about doing, and then you did it. But people are supporting you because they love you and because you have a really, really great product. Hello. And I want to show Ruby, if you could show some of the food. There's the shrimp and sacchetti? I think we have a picture of.
I have a black truffle sachettis with sautéed shrimp and spinach and wild mushrooms. That's a signature dish. I also do a half moon ravioli with medallions There's the shrimp and spaghetti.
I think actually that's the lobster.
That's my lobster and spaghetti. There's the grouper.
That is the most sensational grouper.
Mango salsa and basmati rice. There's the Milanese.
That was my dinner, Karen, at Sally Robinson's birthday at Pelican Cafe, where we finished off, I think, 4 bottles of wine. And that's lobster bisque.
Yum.
In my belly.
Yeah.
The Robinson
and that's my eggplant parm.
Yeah, that's the one I just sent to you just recently. Yes. The mussels with red curry cream and edamame. That you want to dunk a whole loaf of bread into that one.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a good dish.
The food is phenomenal. There's the shrimp and
spaghetti. Yeah.
Spaghetti are like little purses filled with what? Where do you fill them with?
Black truffle buffalo mozzarella, a little bit of ricotta. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All homemade pastas right here.
Well, go ahead.
When we open, Taylor, the one thing I was going to say is we have a nice, large size outdoor patio, veranda, covered patio, which has always been popular, but will maybe be even more so. But we also have a lot of.
I think we have a picture of that too, Ruby. There's a picture of the little lights and stuff outside. Yeah.
There you go. A lot of dancing. A lot of dancing out there, boy.
Yeah.
Did I mention Dawn is going to be performing, Dawn and Rick, on Mother's Day at 5 o'clock? Okay, sorry.
Streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Dawn Marie and Rick Creevy this Mother's Day starting at 5 o'clock.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Well, I'm sorry that Mother's Day couldn't happen in the restaurant, and you guys have actually been closed on Sundays, which is like your biggest day normally because you serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner at Bell and Always the Winner. We'll play that on the way out.
I've been getting a lot of calls because don't forget the decadent donut. My wife here, Karen, came up with the decadent donut, and I mastered the recipes. We do an apple cider cinnamon, blueberry, chocolate, and old-fashioned sour cream. 4 different kinds of donuts that come complimentary to your table after you place your order for breakfast. And they have just such a big hit. People are calling and saying, when are you going to make your donuts again? And
so you're making them Sunday?
I am making them Sunday for Thursday. I'll probably only do two. I'll probably do the apple cider cinnamon and the old-fashioned sour cream because of the volume is not as big as it normally is, especially because we're not open. But we hope to come back, and I hope everybody else in the business comes back very strong. And my heart goes out to all of my neighbors in the business. It's been hard for all of us, but we're providing a service for our customers, and we're trying to make everybody happy and keep our sanity in the meantime.
And I can't wait because I want to come to the bar. I want to have some wonderful wine. I want to have this again because the sauce is ridiculous.
Thank you.
Thank you, Taylor.
But you guys are wonderful. Your menu for Mother's Day, your whole menu, everything is on your website, thepelicancafe.com. thepelicancafe.com. And you want to get your orders in soon for Mother's Day because I think you guys are going to be probably busy. And what's the phone number?
561-842-7272.
Okay, and you're also open for curbside pickup for lunch and dinner. Is that correct?
9 a.m. to 1 p.m. for brunch and 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. for dinner on this Sunday, Mother's Day.
Right.
Otherwise, our regular hours are Tuesday through Saturday.
Okay. I love you guys, and I will be eating this at the end of the show.
Oh, good, Mom's cake.
Well, Taylor, we love you so much, and as Karen said, thank you so much for all you do for all of us in the restaurant business, and being a part of Legends Radio and us and everyone. We love you so much.
We love you. The feeling is mutual. Mwah!
Mwah. Mwah.
I'll see you soon. I'll bring the dishes back tomorrow, okay?
No rush.
Oh, Karen, look.
Thanks. Here, Dawn Marie wants to say. Dawn Marie wants to say.
Oh, yeah, don't worry. Wants to say goodbye.
Dawn Marie wants to say.
Okay.
Wait, Dawn Marie wants to say.
Hello. Awesome. Thank you for all that you're doing for everybody. This is amazing.
We love you.
Oh, you're welcome. Hey, you too. We're all in this together, you know? You're all in this together. And we'll make sure people know that to tune in for on your page, correct? And Pelican Cafe's page at 5 o'clock on Mother's Day to watch a concert.
And they can stay in their cars and watch the concert. We had people last time that were tailgating or just sitting in their cars and watching. So they can do that too.
Great.
You know.
Maybe we'll be open sooner than later.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Love you guys. Thank you so much for my wonderful meal. I'm so happy to eat real food.
Ciao. Ciao.
Thank you. Bye. Take care. Mark and Karen, Pelican Cafe, located on US 1 in Lake Park, right across from the park there. They're at 612 US 1. And look up the menus at thepelicancafe.com. I'm telling you, if you've never been there, you can tell that they absolutely treat you like family. I'm Taylor Morgan. You're watching Tayste Local. And originally, I'm from Boston. I don't think you can tell because I lost the accent many, many moons ago. But I love people from Boston. And my next guest is a restaurant guy from the Boston area where they know great seafood. He, along with his wife, Elida, and his partners, Mikel and Rochelle Politano, that just celebrated 10 years at their Port Salerno location. But they have a second location too up on the Treasure Coast. It is in Fort Pierce on the Fort Pierce Inlet. And they're living the restaurateur's dream with these 2 waterfront restaurants. And then boom, March hit. And thankfully they made it through because they have a loyal following in 2 incredible locations. And they were able to open on Monday. And it's a pleasure for me to introduce you to Paul Gonnella of Manatee Island Bar and Grill. So great to be speaking to a fellow Bostonian. How are ya?
I'm great. Listen, when you come from Boston, we know you don't park the car in Harvard Yard because if you do, they will tow it to Medford or Somerville.
They will. And also, you don't say, oh, are you from Boston? Nobody from Boston says Boston. They say Boston.
My accent, too, for the most part. If it comes out, let me know.
Oh, I totally hear it. and you're from Nantucket and?
Well, I was born in Medford and raised in Nantucket. I graduated Nantucket High School.
I totally hear the accent.
Yeah.
Great. So you guys moved down here and said, you know, screw these New England cold weathers. You know,
everybody else.
Yeah, exactly.
Cold weathers, we're never going back. And
my last one was 1996 when I was scraping the ice off of my windshield in Marshfield, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
And I'm like, screw this, I'm gone, and I've been down here ever since.
Yeah, we've been here. I originally moved here in '88, moved back up there in '96, back here in '05, and in the meantime, I came up with a wife and 3 kids, and we've raised them now, and this restaurant business has been good to my family.
Yes.
You know, my kids have grown up and it's going to get us to retirement. Hopefully, this was a setback. This is going to give a couple of years to my working life.
I mean, you've been through hurricanes. You've made it through summers.
Yeah.
You know, but what was going through your mind when this whole thing hit? I mean, the Treasure Coast wasn't as bad in panic mode as Palm Beach County and Broward and Dade, I don't think. But when the governor pulled the plug, what was going through your mind as an operator of 2 restaurants and how many employees?
A total of about 100.
Jeez.
2 restaurants. And that's the first thing that goes through our mind is our employees. It's going to be tougher for them than it is for us. And it's tough for us. But no tears for me, for my family. As I say, this business has been good to us for 10 years. but we've got employees that are really struggling. I don't have to tell you or any of the viewers how difficult it was to get into unemployment.
Yes.
We all know people who tried to file for unemployment. Most of them didn't get it. Most of them didn't get through. Some got stimulus checks, some didn't. But what they really wanted, Taylor, was to come back to work.
Yeah.
So it thrilled us to be able to bring some of them back. Like everybody else, we applied for the payroll protection program.
Did you get it?
We got some of it. One restaurant got it, one restaurant didn't.
Isn't that weird? Okay.
Yeah. And well, we remain hopeful that the other one will get it because it's tough. Our expenses continue even with the restaurant closed. We lost a compressor on a walk-in refrigerator while we were closed. It still cost $3,000 for a new compressor. Didn't matter if we were closed or not.
With no revenue.
No revenue.
But you did start to do curbside. The first couple of days you said you weren't going to do takeout, and then you kind of changed your mind a couple of days in.
Yeah, and well, I'll tell you what happened. We did it for a few days, and for safety precautions, we chose to shut it down. A month ago, everybody was more nervous than they are now, including our staff and our guests, and we listened to them.
Yeah.
We don't want to put our staff in harm's way. So we thought at that time, and it was a great unknown. It's still a bit of an unknown, but with no idea what to expect, we decided to shut it down. And I'd like to sort of add on to what our friends over at the Pelican Cafe said. They had mentioned that they spent 2 weeks cleaning their restaurant. I think that restaurant diners around the state can take comfort in the fact that every restaurant around is the cleanest it has ever been. We were able to keep some managers on salary, and there were 5 of us in here cleaning every day, and we found projects to do every day. We took every piece of equipment out of that kitchen. We took it into the parking lot. We scrubbed it. We degreased it. While the kitchen was empty, we regrouted the tile floors.
This was a good time to do that, because when do you even find time? You never find the time to do that kind of a deep cleaning. So it was.
And we all have projects that we'll do when we get the time.
Everybody does. No one's immune.
So all of a sudden, we had time.
Let me read this. This was posted on your Fort Pierce's Manatee Island Bar and Grill's Fort Pierce Facebook page from Sue Shamansky, who wrote this on Tuesday about her visit on Monday.
I hope it's good.
First day you read it. Wait, you think I'm going to read something that sucks? Actually, nothing sucked. No, there was no bad reviews at all. This was the first day of reopening the Fort Pierce location. And this was written to your partner, Michael. Michael and crew, thank you. Yesterday was wonderful. Shane took great care of us, and it was nice to chat with you. Nobody is denying that it's a scary time, but you guys rocked it. Over distancing, organized, the place was extra clean, and the food was delicious. I have to say, well done. Thank you for providing a safe dining experience, and gosh, it felt good to be back.
Gosh, it felt good for us too.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. It was a big relief. You know, the news cameras came up here Monday night, and I was able to get a little soundbite on the news. And I think the first thing I said was, I'm crying tears of joy today.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the news thing was not as flattering as we had hoped. We're really bending over backwards to comply with the government orders. And I've written it down here. I want to read you what the executive order is.
Please, because we haven't heard that yet.
Yeah, this is right off the government website. And it says the executive order permits restaurants to open indoor seating at 25% capacity with 6-foot distancing between tables and not seating parties larger than 10 and keeping bar counters closed to seating. It also allows for outdoor seating with appropriate social distancing. Now, we are fortunate to have a large outdoor area, which is not necessarily subject to the 25% rule,
right.
But social distancing, which we're making every effort to respect. You had mentioned at the top of the show that we've actually put crime tape around our Tiki Bar right now. And it's a little bit of a jarring visual. I've got Donald in our general manager. I don't know if we're going to be able to bring him in. He's down there right now with this phone, and he'll be able to show you. But our guests have had great respect for it. And understanding that we're trying to do the right thing. We've got high top tables. We've added extra tables along the seawall, on the other side of the fence, places that we normally don't seat guests because guests seem to be most comfortable outdoors right now.
Yes.
So we're fortunate to be able to offer that.
And the weather's still beautiful. It's going to be
fantastic.
hot in about a month, so take advantage right now.
Absolutely.
And you have both of your restaurants are right on the water, so
Yes.
there is somewhat of a breeze.
Yeah.
Ruby, who do we have on?
Donald Buffington is our general manager. We might have Mike Lodato up in Fort Pierce also.
Okay.
I know Donald was in on there. He is.
There we go.
Oh,
look, we've got
we got Mike up there too. Everybody's in the party.
So who's going to show us around which restaurant first?
The Tiki Bar right now. Mike is looks like sitting with the Tiki Bar behind him in Fort Pierce. These are two different locations for the viewers. I'm narrating now. Am I doing your job, Taylor? I'm sorry.
No, you do it. You do it. Here we go.
Jump in, but I can see Donald walking outside with what looks like a seared tuna that we just prepared. Maybe we can get a little close up of that. There you go. Donald. Well done. Putting your phone on the seared
Oh my
tuna.
God, look how fresh that looks.
Pickled
Wow.
ginger and slaw, and that looks delicious. So bring it right around to the Tiki Bar, Donald, where you can see that crime tape and show our outdoors. You see some tents there that aren't there. And Taylor, that's so that we can cover the high tops out at the Tiki Bar so the guests can enjoy the outdoor dining without being in the blazing sun.
Perfect.
These are a few of our regulars. Gentlemen, you're live, so keep it clean, please. I don't know if we've got audio on them.
Yeah.
That's all right. It's not broadcast TV. You can say whatever the hell you want.
Now, normally these guys would be seated at the stools at the Tiki Bar, but as you can see, we're trying to prevent that, and God bless them, they're respecting it, and they're still coming out and supporting us anyway. So we're grateful to our guests for the support that they've given us. We've really felt the love, and I hope we're able to give it back to them as best we can. In the meantime, we look forward to phase 2. We ask our neighbors to cooperate with us on phase 1 and do the right things, abide by this government order, so that when phase 2 comes, maybe we'll go to 50%, whatever that rule may be. Let's abide by that also.
So we're looking at on the right-hand side with Donald Buffington. That is the Port Salerno location.
That's correct.
Manatee Island Grill, Bar and Grill.
Yeah.
In Port Salerno. That's like a section of Stewart.
Yes.
And then on the left-hand side, Mike is up in at the Fort Pierce location,
which also has no bar stools. Mike, maybe you can swing the camera around and show them that nice water view up there also.
Oh my God. When is it going to be
audio for you now, Mike? That's the first time we've heard that. So this is what our guests can enjoy if they take a seat outdoors at the Tiki Bar area. Now, one of the frequently asked questions, a lot of people are calling us asking for reservations. We've got plenty of indoor dining, and we're taking reservations that we would not normally take for the indoor dining. Outdoors, it's very limited seating. It has to be first come, first serve.
Okay, that's good to know. Are you doing anything for Mother's Day?
Yes, we are. We are doing an a la carte brunch. We're evolving, Taylor. Normally, we would do a buffet brunch, but buffets are out. Buffets are not.
I don't think anybody would want to come for a buffet.
So we're accepting reservations for parties of any size from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. For an a la carte brunch. We've got a lot of reservations already. 772-242-8460 in Fort Pierce, 872-7288 in Port Salerno. Thank you for that plug. And we are accepting Mother's Day reservations right now.
Go ahead.
Every day is a new challenge for us.
Yeah.
Every day brings a new set of circumstances, and just when we think we've adapted, it's probably going to change. So we decided we want to do Mother's Day because we want to figure out how to handle what we would consider full using the existing restrictions.
Right. Do you feel like you can breathe a little bit better now, though?
I do. I do.
I'm still holding my breath. This is
when we got
day 48 for Palm Beach for the rest of us.
Yeah. Now, when we got the news, we all knew, if you're like us, you've been following the governor's speeches, and everybody knows, okay, Governor DeSantis is going to make an announcement at 2:00. And we knew that it was coming, but we didn't expect it on May 4th. We had just resumed doing takeout, thinking, okay, well, this will give us a week to order, to prep, because we had nothing. And the other restaurants, any other guests will tell you the same thing. We have a scratch kitchen. Anybody with a scratch kitchen, perishables don't last.
No.
Produce, bread, Seafood, that's all gone. Sauces had to be re-prepped. Stations had to be set up on the line. The bars had to be reset. So there was a lot of work doing it. It was like opening a new restaurant. And again, with no idea what to expect. Is anybody going to show up?
Exactly.
Are 100,000 people going to show up?
But they did show up, and that's the important thing, because you're a part of the community. And I mean, oh my God, one restaurant is bad enough, but you have two that you have to worry about.
Yeah.
But your locations, and people I mean, this is South Florida, and the weather is still gorgeous at the beginning of May. Normally, it's in the 90s by now.
Yes.
So
yesterday or the day before,
we're really lucky with this weather, but people are so tired of being cooped up in their house, and you guys have the perfect location where people are being able to feel some semblance of normalcy.
And down here in Port Salerno, we've had a lot of people come up from Palm Beach County.
Yeah. Yes.
And we're happy to have them.
And are you doing live music yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Yeah.
I think Sunday, Mother's Day, we'll start with a single guitar player, Jason Montero, at 4:00.
Good.
We're not
put them back to work too.
Yes. It's funny. I just bumped into Jason yesterday at another place at Blue Point down in Tequesta.
Yes, we had them on last week. Yes.
He happens to be playing down there. It was his first gig back. So yeah. Are excited also, but we're not ready to do late night music. You know,
it attracts a crowd, and you can't have a crowd yet.
While the executive order doesn't specifically address that, we're trying to cooperate with what we feel is the spirit of the order.
Right. Good.
If we were to put a live band and suddenly we become a nightclub, and the nightclubs and bars are not supposed to be acting, we could hide behind the fact that we have a restaurant license, but we know the score. So we're not ready to do live music late at night yet.
And the fact is, we're still in a pandemic. I mean, we just still are. We just, people just don't feel like we are, though, because it's been so long. So bless you for, keeping the safety precautions and taking this seriously, because I do understand that some restaurateurs aren't. I don't really want to go there right now, because I'd rather just take a look at the food.
Imploring them to cooperate.
Yeah. If everybody has to cooperate. I mean, but it stems with the restaurant. What are you going to tolerate?
That's right.
Some restaurants are, everything's, we don't know what's going to happen. In 2 weeks from now, is the Treasure Coast going to have like a second wave?
That's right. Are we going to be closed?
You got to be careful.
Or are we going to be now open at 50% capacity?
Exactly. So you got to take it easy.
Now,
1 step at a time. But Ruby, we got some pictures with Paul. We have some pictures of your food, and
great! I didn't know that.
Eileen Pratt says, "Hi, Paul. We love you guys."
Hi, Eileen. That was a bacon mac and cheeseburger that you just
put that back up.
That's delicious. It's huge. Be hungry if you order that.
It's got mac and cheese on a burger with bacon. Are you kidding me?
All things that everybody loves. How could it not be delicious?
Oh my God. And the fish sandwich.
The mahi sandwich, yeah.
It's beautiful. I think we only have those two. Yeah, I think that's it. Because we had a lot of looking at the restaurant itself. But what is your favorite thing on the menu before I let you go?
Well, I'm not going to let me go. I'll finish with my favorite thing. But the one thing I want to say is I do want to give a shout out to our staff.
Absolutely.
We're so fortunate and so blessed. We've had a core group of people who've been with us a long time. We've got managers that work side by side with us through this. And as I say, these people got hurt, but they were there for us, and I hope we can be there for them also. So if anybody on the staff is watching, we love you guys, and we couldn't do it without you. So thank you. Back to your question. I love the seafood paella. It comes in saffron rice with clams, mussels, all kinds of seafood, scallops, shrimp, delicious. If you're hungry for lunch, aside from that bacon mac and cheeseburger you just saw, we've got a group of Reuben that's also huge. Portions here are big, come with an appetite. Those were a couple of great recommendations. I want to thank you for having us on today, Taylor.
Oh, you're quite welcome, Paul, and your wife and your partner, Mikel, and his wife. It's a family affair over there.
Yes.
And your your employees are family, like you said before. I really want to punch that with our viewers. Every single restaurateur that I've talked to, independent restaurateurs, that when they had to lay off their employees, it was like laying off their family. You don't lay off your family, but that had to happen.
Yeah.
And it's
going through the last month, knowing that a lot of them were hurting.
Oh, it's gut-wrenching.
Time, not only could we not help them, we couldn't even have them on the property. You know, we were, for the most part, in our own little quarantine here.
Well, we're coming back, Paul.
We're coming back. We're coming back, Taylor.
And if the second wave happens in the fall, at least there's something that we can already look at. Like, here's what we did last time. Let's do this, or let's do it better than that.
That's right.
Because this just blew it out of nowhere. It's ridiculous. No. But we're coming back, and the people who pivot, the people who are the innovators, and the people who have strong ties to the community, those are the winners, and you are one of them.
Thank you. That's very kind of you to say, and we hope to see you soon.
Ah, absolutely. I need some waterfront dining in my life. And that
we all do.
Paul Gonnella, thank you so much for being on the show.
It's a pleasure.
2 locations, Manatee Island Bar and Grill, Port Salerno and Fort Pierce. And the website, so you find all their information, is manateeislandbarandgrill.com. We have 2 more guests. Of course, we're going to go long. That's what we always do on the show. I've got a very interesting segment with Paul Mikel from My Liberta. If you ever used a delivery service, one of those big guys like Uber Eats or Grubhub, you're going to be astounded at the information that we're going to tell you. And Paul has come up with a solution to that. And we're also going to be speaking with Melanie and Mikel Ober from Corks and Forks Catering in just a second, but I have to go out to the kitchen because they brought me food too. And so in the meantime, we're going to play a little ditty. We always like to do something entertaining and promote entertainers. This one's not local, but it was a really cute food song. And have you ever had a really bad day and all you want to do is eat your cares away? Watch this and we'll be right back.
Myself a second plate. Hey, I had a bad week, and I wonder if it's sweet, so I'll eat, 'cause I deserve to give myself a treat. Sadness tastes like French fries, and anger tastes like wine. They're only grapes, but give them time. Hey, I had a bad night, so I wrapped it and let it bake. So all my feelings taste like tender flake of joy. My mom just called and she's appalled because my dad don't want a spoon. I'll take that spoon and put some ice cream on my afternoon. But guilty tastes like noodles, and lonely tastes like bread. But toast can make a loyal friend. Yup. Everything is wonderful, yeah. So walk it off, circle the block. The cookies and cream are starting to talk to me. I'm just crazy, but crazy tastes so good. Crazy tastes so nice. Crazy tastes like never had to go outside. Here we go now. Hey, I had a bad day, so I ate it all. So I ate it all. Hey, I had a bad day, so I ate it all. Hey, I had a bad day, and I'm stuck.
I don't care if I have a bad day, a good day, or any kind of day. We all, how many people have put on the COVID-19 during the last 48 days? Oh, that cute. That was cute. That was Barbara Laika. She's from Canada. I like food songs. That's a food song. And matter of fact, it's funny because that song was done in 2014, but it is so, it so could have been done like this month, especially where she says something about staying inside. The only thing that wasn't COVID-ish about that video was that everybody in the kitchen wasn't wearing masks. That was it. I don't know if you can see what's in front of me, but wait, should I show? Should I show? Lobster roll! Oh my God, seriously, I'm the luckiest girl. And everybody's like, what is this thing? What is this thing? Well, I'm gonna let my next guest tell you what this is. I've had it before. Maybe you have too. These guys, I love these guys. Today's show is all about family. And these people, my next guest, are family. He is a certified master chef. He's worked at Michelin-rated restaurants. He has sailed the world. He was working as a head chef for the rich and famous on many, many private mega yachts. She grew up in Australia. He's from Germany, by the way. She grew up in Australia. She's a certified sommelier with a passion for great wines and a talent for pairing those wines. They met when he was the head chef and she was the chief stewardess on the mega yacht, the Silver Cloud. Do you know who owns the Silver Cloud? Alex Dreyfus. Yes, of Kravis Center and the Dreyfus School of the Arts. So they fell in love, they got married, and then of course they opened a catering company. Melanie and Mikel Cheffee Ober from Corks and Forks Catering. Thank you so much for taking the time and bringing me my second lunch today.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
We're just wonderful. Thank you so much for having us on your show.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. It's all about family and it's all about being innovative and pivoting and everything that everybody's had to go through during this whacked out time.
Right.
And I just, if Mark and Karen are still listening, I just want to tell them I'm saving the rest of that meal for dinner. And I'm going to eat the rest of this meal that you brought over for lunch. So let's just talk a little bit about your background before I dive into this lobster roll and Cheffee tells us about this. First of all, tell me about the Silver Cloud. Really?
Yeah, that it's still around. It's an amazing boat. It's one of a kind. It was a swath boat that they use in the North Sea of Germany because they're so stable. And Mr. Dreyfus decided to convert one into a private yacht.
Yeah, of course.
Because his wife Renate didn't do so well in high seas. So he had this beautiful yacht built for her. And
so Mikel, you were the head chef. Is that correct?
I was the head chef, the executive chef at 4-star hotel right beside the shipyard.
Oh,
and yeah, you should.
And how did you meet?
Well, I used to go hang out at the local bar.
Of course you did.
Where all the other yachties used to hang out, and so we had someone to speak English with, and one of the German bartenders said, I hear you're looking for a chef. I know a really good one. And I said, oh, you do? He said, yeah, he's the executive chef at the Strandlust Hotel. So I snuck in one night and ordered some food. I was like, this is pretty good. And I said, send him in to me. I need a really good chef. And so then on, what day was it?
The 2nd of January, 2008 at 11:32 in the morning.
Oh, so German.
Who's counting? Yeah.
He brought him into my office, and Jan and Cheffee was standing there, and his real name was Mikel. And I was like, "So, Mikel, why do you want to come and work on a boat?" And he looked at Jan, and Jan looked at him, and Jan said, "Oh, he loves the sea. He loves sailing the sea. He loves the water, and he loves to cook, and that would be a dream for him to cook while he's on the ocean." I was like, "Okay." So how do you feel about being away from Germany? You could be away for 6 months, 12 months. And him and Jan looked at each other, and Jan says, oh, that doesn't bother him at all. He loves to travel and he can't wait to see the world. And I said, okay. I said, Michael, what's your favorite thing to cook? Shut up, Jan. I want to hear it from you. And they looked at each other and I went, do you speak English? And I said, all right, first things first. You need to learn how to speak English so you and I can communicate.
Right.
And off he went. He came back 2 months later, knocked on my door. Hello, Mel. How are you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Michael, Chef, did you fall in love with her the second you saw her?
Yep.
Wow.
Mhm.
Oh, and what about you, Mel?
Oh, yeah. I saw him and I was like, wow, pity he can't talk to me in English. So
He went out and learned
to German, you know.
That's so awesome. I love hearing your story. And I think we actually have a picture of you guys on your wedding day on the beach. That's when you were savoring. You were tell people what that is. You've got a knife and a champagne bottle. What is that called?
Savoring. I savored a champagne bottle.
And what does that mean for people who don't understand what you just did?
Okay, so you take a knife and instead of popping the cork off the champagne bottle, you actually slice the whole top of the bottle.
The glass and everything.
With the cork still in it. And the pressure from the bubbles of the champagne make it very safe to drink. That presses everything away and the top goes flying across to your neighbor's yard, and then you drink the champagne.
That's such a wine lover thing to do.
Oh, it's wonderful. And I love savoring. I savor at every single opportunity.
Well, I met you guys when you guys opened the Backyard Bar, which is a really cool little place that was outside of City Place.
Yep.
And it seems like years ago, it was years ago, but it seems like a lifetime ago that you had that wonderful place.
Yeah.
But I mean, the catering thing has always been what you guys have been doing anyway, right?
Right.
Mhm.
And so you've got all these parties booked. You're very, very successful at what you do. I know you give back to the community all the time. I see you every single year at Taste of the Nation.
Oh, we miss doing that.
I know. I'm on the committee. They almost didn't even cancel it. It was like we had to wait.
Wow.
They didn't want to cancel it, and there will be something further on down the line. But that's one of the most fun.
Isn't it great?
Events, yeah, in Palm Beach County every single year. But so all of a sudden in March, this thing happened. And so your catering business, I mean, everybody who owns a catering business
lost all their events. Yeah. Everything got canceled.
So what's going through your head? This is your livelihood. This is your passion. And
yeah, we're like, now what? And I was like, I guess we'd better start doing meal delivery. That's the only way we can get our food out to people, you know. So that's what we started doing, was meal delivery. And it's tough, you know. Everybody is trying, everyone's trying to make a buck at the moment, and just trying to do whatever they can to keep their head above water.
Right.
Just, so we are all in this together. I know some people are sick of hearing it, but we are, and we try and support wherever we can and do whatever we can. Trying to pair up with other friends and vendors, etc. So, yeah.
Speaking of food,
careful, you'll get addicted.
Cheffee, tell me what you've made me. Oh my God. I have to hold it. I was supposed to have a food cam, and we had it all set up, but there was a microphone problem, and so I have to use this cam. Hang on.
That's our lobster roll. It's on a brioche, or in a brioche, and it's made with New England lobster.
As opposed to Old England lobster?
Yeah.
Hey, Taylor.
Oh, you're killing me. Oh my God, I haven't had a lobster roll in so long. I'm crying here.
Oh, wow.
This is ridiculously delicious. Now, I'm from Boston. I know lobster rolls. This is unbelievably good. Mm.
Yay.
And like I said, it's the New England lobster, not the spiny or how you say it down here. It's a
Spiny.
that's how it should taste. So what do you have there?
This is incredible. Matter of fact, this is on your menu
For Mother's Day.
for Mother's Day.
Yes, it
And
is.
you have the small ones, and this is a large one, right?
No. So we're offering lobster roll platter, a small platter,
Oh,
6 rolls, or a large platter with 12 rolls.
okay. And I did the math this morning. The 6 rolls is $100.
Yep.
The 12 rolls is $190.
Yeah.
Do the math. It's $16 a roll,
Oh, thank you for that.
which is an unbelievable price for something this big, and
Right.
and with this quality, and it's absolutely perfect.
Thank
Oh!
you.
I'm so in my element right now. And you also brought over something.
And you have the full menu backwards. You started with the cupcake.
With the cupcake
I
with
did.
the maple bacon topping.
Oh, is that what it is?
Well,
Yeah.
it is May, so usually in May we say it's
Oh.
bacon time.
Ha ha ha! It's a maple bacon and cream cheese, right?
Yeah.
Oh, with red velvet.
Yes.
Yes.
I know my food.
So yeah, you said you know the bacon, so that you have there 2 different bacons.
Okay, hold on a second. I know the bacon, but they don't know the bacon. Look at this, people. This is bacon on a stick, and it's not just any ordinary bacon. No, because Cheffee is cheffish. And this is one of your signatures,
Yeah.
Yes.
the bacon. And what's so special about this bacon?
There are 2 different ones. The lighter one is our porcini bacon, or how I call it, Black Forest. It's seasoned, and the one you eat right now, I think, is the darker one, right? That's the
Coffee bacon.
That's the coffee bacon.
And we only use
Coffee.
Oceana coffee
Bacon.
to
Oh,
make bacon.
look at her plugging Oceana. That's okay. I
And
think
I
she's
asked me
watching.
about the event we've got coming up with Oceana next week too. When we do
Oh,
it.
that's right.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so
The coffee bacon, we call it also crack bacon or breakfast in one bite. It's really I made it in cooperation with Oceana, and then they wanted something for breakfast. We made our breakfast there and for their opening, and I came up with this thing. And
there's a little sweetness in it too, Chef.
yes.
What is that? Because
It's
you
candy bacon, coffee and candy. It's like a special sugar mix. What I do.
Okay, because the sweet and salty always works. That will never fail. But when you do coffee and bacon, you don't have any sweetness in there, but you added the sweetness.
Correct.
And that just brought it all full circle.
Right.
And if you eat it, you feel the coffee. It's the coffee. It's raw, not raw. It's roasted ground coffee. And if you have it on the bacon, it starts popping like popcorn. It's
insane. Now here's the porcini.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this porcini mushrooms. How do you make this?
It's
oh my God! Wow.
Isn't that delish?
It really is. It intensifies the bacon flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I need wine. Wine and bacon is a really good. Oh, look at her cup. What does it say on it? It says wine. Something about wine. Oh,
coffee.
Oh, it's coffee. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, delicious. Oh, that's great. That is delicious. And these are on your menu, forks.
Yep.
Mother's Day.
For Mother's Day. But I also read that you do a French toast bacon.
Yes.
What is that? That's sweet and salty.
It tastes just like French toast.
Yeah, it's also sweet and salty. It's.
Wow.
I'll bring it next time.
Ah, well, these are terrific. I'm in my glory with my lobster roll. Hold on. Oh my God. Honestly, I miss New England so much. And you just took me right back there. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Good.
So you pivoted. No more catering for now until sorry, I'm picking lobster out of my teeth. It's live. What the hell? Until people start having parties again. And but people are finding you because of this socially distanced supper club.
Correct. That has been a real blessing as well.
Yeah.
You know, everything that they're doing for the restaurants, the pickup and delivery. I mean, without people like you, Taylor, and Socially Distant Supper Club, I don't know what we would do. You know, it would be really difficult. It's not like we have a retail space that people just walk by, or
Right,
you know,
right,
we have a commercial kitchen that's tucked in the back of a little strip mall that no one really knows about.
Well, we have to get the word out, and you know, because you guys are part of the community. You've been part of the community, and everybody's suffering, and people need to eat, and people love good food. And so, well, some people may never have heard of Corks and Forks Catering. I know you have good food. As a matter of fact, when you guys were featured on the Socially Distant Supper Club West Palm Beach page, matter of fact, you should get on the North Palm Beach page too. I don't know if you are.
I did send something off the other day, but I haven't heard back yet.
Yeah, get on there. You should even do Wellington if you deliver that far.
Right.
And Boynton. Got to get on all of them. But you were featured on the West Palm Beach page, and a friend of mine who actually works for one of the big restaurant local chains said, I had never heard of this company, and I ordered the food that day, and it was so good that I am now a fan, and I'm going to reorder, and when I need something catered, I'm going right to Corks and Forks.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so that's what Socially Distant Supper Club, it opens you to a new audience, and I hope this does the same.
Right, thank you.
So it's not just Mother's Day that you are doing, but you're doing delivery for every day now, right?
Every week we come out with a new menu, and it's all a la carte. You can pick if you want soup, salad, main course, sides, desserts, etc. You can go to Who does that
Corrine, I love coffee bacon too.
You can go to our website. Sign up for our newsletter and get the menu every week. We are doing a special Mother's Day brunch this week, which you can also find on our website.
Yep.
Then next Saturday, the 16th, we're actually going to do a dinner date special along with wine pairing and coffee and chocolate pairing with Oceana Coffee.
Excellent.
And so people will be able to actually come to Oceana Coffee on Saturday, May 16th and pick up their meal, take it home, and they've got everything they need to have the perfect dinner date.
That's perfect. Now you can find everything about Melanie and how did you get the name Cheffee?
That was me.
Yeah.
I figured that because you're so damn cute.
There were at one point 2 Mikels on board.
Yeah.
And
Michael Jensen, if you're watching, hey Nathaniel. Hi,
You can send this to him for the replay.
Oh, there he is. Hey, Mikey. Mikey.
So there were 2 Michaels. The captain always called Mikel over the radio, and he got 2 answers. And after, I don't know how long it was, a week or something, we were at breakfast, and he said, I have enough. So one of you have to change his name.
And I just said, well, that's easy. This is Cheffee, and that's Mikey.
Mikey. Okay. Well, that's how it, and now it's part of your name. Michael Cheffee. Ober. Is it Ober or Ober?
Ober.
Ober. Okay. I said it right. The website is Corks and Forks Catering. You can look them up on Facebook. Everything they're doing, but on the Corks and Forks Catering website, look right at the top. There's this little banner thing. That's where you're going to find the weekly menu and the Mother's Day menu. And I'm telling you, The lobster rolls are phenomenal. Don't even hesitate. If you're a lobster roll lover for the Mother's Day menu, it's the real deal. Period. End of story. Take it from me. I'm a person that pays $36 for a lobster roll in Falmouth. Okay.
Wow, we need to put our prices up.
No, no, they're this freaking big. They're ridiculous, and you have to eat it with a fork. That's at the Pompanesett Raw Bar in Pompanesett, Mass, which is like the part of Falmouth. Anyway, you guys are so wonderful. You're pivoting, and you know, it's like we don't know what we can do until we actually have to do it. Right?
Right. That's right. You gotta, you get lemons. What do? You make margaritas.
Exactly.
Lemonade. It's lemonade. Sorry. Or limoncello.
Oh, I was just gonna say, hold on. Talk amongst yourself. Hang on.
Okay. I want to see who's. Let's see who's on there. Oh, Corinne, Lynn. Hi, Lynn. Joanne from Corks and Curds in Portsmouth. Hi. How are you? Hey, Helen. Mikey, are you sure there's coffee in that mug, Millie? Oh, yes, there's coffee, I promise.
Somebody made me limoncello, homemade limoncello. I don't know if Gracie Ann is watching right now. And don't look at my disgusting fingernails. I can't believe I haven't had my nails done in a million years. This was homemade limoncello. I still have it, believe it or not, from December. And since I don't have a shot glass, oh my God. Oh, I'm just having too much fun. You guys, love you so much.
You, Taylor. Thank you so much for everything that you're doing for everybody.
Thank you for the birthday lobster roll. Next Friday is my birthday, and so I'm going to consider this an early birthday present. And I'll pretend there's a candle in this and eat this maple bacon. Awesome. Love you guys. Melanie and Cheffee. Oh, I just lost the broadcast. Oh, there I am. CorksandForksCatering.com. Wonderful people. All the people on the show today have been wonderful. I got one last guest. Again, we're going long. Apologize. I hope I'm giving you some good information and introducing you to people that actually need exposure right now. We don't charge them anything for this. Our last two shows, we were asking for tips. We're not asking for tips anymore. We do have some people that actually said they want to sponsor the show. So that will help me to be able to help pay for Ruby, because she does a hell of a lot of stuff on the back end. What else was I going to say? And we got some really, really generous tips from last week. And that helped pay for last week's show and this week's show. And I really, really appreciate it. You know who you are. All right, final guest for today. Have you ever wanted to get delivery and you thought nothing of it? You went on your phone and you went on the Uber Eats app or Grubhub or DoorDash, Postmates, Bite Squad. They've been popping up like hotcakes. But there's a problem, and the problem is what we're going to discuss right now. And it's a problem for restaurant owners, but consumers don't realize it's a problem. My next guest, so if you're a restaurant owner, I want you to watch this segment. If you're a consumer who orders delivery, I want you to watch this segment. My next guest is a serial entrepreneur with a heart. He saw a problem that restaurant owners were having, and he recently created a business called Liberta that solves the issue completely. Liberta in Italian means freedom. And my final guest for tonight, Mikel. I can't wait to tell you guys what he did with this company, Liberta. Hi, Paul. How are you?
Hey, Taylor. How are you? Can I do one thing before we start?
Sure.
Everybody else got to show pictures, and I didn't get my mom a Mother's Day picture, so I just want to show her.
Oh.
Get her anything. And then the most important part of this is former NFL quarterback Tony Romo, and this is my kid. So that's it.
See, if I had had that picture, I would have posted it.
Why don't you
Tony Romo? I couldn't tell.
I just wanted to put Tony Romo up the most, but I had to put my family in too. So.
And your boy, was that Hunter?
Yeah, that's Hunter. He actually works. He does a lot of the deliveries. He just turned 18 a couple of days ago. So,
well,
once again, Tony Romo's the most important part out of the whole thing.
And well, I was going to mention Hunter because this show is all about family, and you do work with your family, and you're very close to your family. But you guys, what we really need to discuss is what you created to help restaurant owners fix a problem that has been a problem for a long time. Why don't you tell them? Do you want to tell them what the problem is with these other delivery companies, or shall I?
No, I'll tell you real quickly. The reason why I got in the delivery business is, like you said, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've owned all kinds of different companies. A couple of years ago, I had friends of mine that owned a restaurant delivery service around the country, and they kept coming to me and saying, we should start this together in South Florida. And I said, I'm not into delivery. I don't want, that wasn't something I was interested in. I got divorced and delivered a lot of stuff to my ex-wife through an attorney. So I figured out I was good at delivery. So I might as well try it out. And so my friends and I, we started it out here, but I started going, they were running it in the same fashion. They would charge the restaurant a percentage. And that's what most people don't understand, is that restaurants pay a lot of money for someone to deliver their food. And it's crazy. It didn't make any sense to me. I'm not a restaurant person, but I figured that their margins and what they made wasn't extremely high. Right. So now you're paying, and I found out, and I started researching, 20 to 30% in a lot of cases of every order. So on a $100 order, they're paying $20 to somebody to deliver food that people want. And so I started thinking about it. I'm like, do people really care who delivers their food, or do they get that food because they want the food? Mm-hmm. And so it was very frustrating for me. And so I started talking to people, and a lot of people were like, oh, I talked to restaurant owners, and at the time they were getting so many orders coming in and they had their full restaurants. They had their restaurants full of people, so they're making that money. And then the orders come in from these different delivery services, and they were like, okay, so it's just extra money. That's what they thought. Now they're starting to go, wait a minute, because they don't have any full restaurants anymore. Right. They're looking at 20 to 30% on every order. We barely even make that. I saw something, and I won't say the name, but one of the big companies, a restaurant, posted what they had to pay, $1,000 in orders, and they only got about $374 after everything. And they said that barely covered the cost for food.
I will say something right now, because I am the friend to a lot of small restaurant owners. Well, I do happen to know that Uber Eats charges as much as 36%. They can't come back and yell at me, because they do. That's what they do. They charge as much as 36% on a takeout order to the restaurant owner. Now watch this. They're also charging the consumer. So when you dial up Uber Eats and you get your food, you're paying a delivery fee, and you're going to pay a tip, and maybe you're going to pay some little convenience fee or something like that. From the consumer, but they're also getting up to 36% from the restaurant owner. Now, Maria, over at your Greek cousin in West Palm Beach.
We're meeting with her on Monday, as a matter of fact.
Good, because she said, do you know a good lawyer? And I'm like, what's the matter? And she said, I have been trying during this whole coronavirus thing to get in touch with, to ask Uber Eats to lower the percentage. Please, we're dying here, from 30%. They got it at 30, right, from 30% to at least 25. And they told her no. They told her no. And she can't get out of it because she's in a freaking contract. So It's not with Uber Eats. It's Grubhub is taking about 25%. It's usually between 25 and 32%. And the restaurants' margins are so thin right now anyway, and they have to pay for plates like this and takeout stuff. And
another thing that they do too a lot of times is they not only charge the restaurant, they sometimes will also raise the prices of the food.
Oh, so yeah.
On their website or their app, you don't even realize that maybe they've raised it 10% across the board on everything. Plus, they could be making up to 40, 50% on every order.
Yeah, it's It's really highway robbery, and restaurants are sick and tired of it, and they're dropping these companies. But the reason they paid in the first place, the reason they sign up with them in the first place is because those companies have a large audience. Uber Eats has thousands and thousands of people. So they figure, okay, well, I'm getting the exposure on their app, so I'm willing to pay that. Don't do it. I'll tell you why, restaurant
in reality, a lot of times, I tell restaurant owners all the time, I'm like, you know what? These people, you may get a little bit of extra business because somebody sees you, but 9 times out of 10, the people are coming and getting your food because they love your food.
Right. They don't they
don't care who delivers it. They don't care where they want your food, especially if it's local restaurants.
Right.
They want that food.
So the point is, you came up with a solution, My Liberta, kind of a strange name for a food delivery company, My Liberta. It's
freedom Italian. We wanted to have freedom for, freedom for the restaurants and freedom for the consumers. And yes, it's a weird name, but once people get used to it, my friends have come up with, and Mo and Sally, he came up with a lot of different words for it that weren't arable. But I mean, it's a weird name, but nowadays nobody really cares about the name because you click on it anyway. You can go to our app, all those kind of things. But we wanted to do a theme where one of my business partners, I have 3 business partners, Giorgio Schiavone, Pedro Linares, and Eric Solms. And Giorgio, his father came from Italy. And we kind of patterned the whole company as a tribute to his father and his family. And he passed away a few years ago. And it's amazing that the response we've gotten lately. I used to go and beg restaurants and talk to them because we deliver from anyone. We're not stuck with any one restaurant because we don't raise the solution to the problem you talked about. Is it okay if I talk about that now?
Yeah, that's what I want. That's okay. The point.
So, I didn't know if you were there yet. But so the solution we came up with is instead of charging a percentage, instead of charging the restaurants, we charge a $5 flat fee to the consumer, which is the one that's wanting the service anyway.
Exactly.
I tell people all the time, I use an example. When you go, my mentor taught me facts, tell, stories, sell. When you go to a restaurant and they have valet parking out front, you tip and pay the valet parker. The restaurant doesn't come outside and pay for your privilege of having the valet. So we decided to do it that way. We don't charge the restaurant anything. My goal is for the restaurant to not have to deal with us at all. We charge a $5 fee at $2.99. Thank you. We charge a $2.99 delivery fee that goes straight to our driver. And then if you want to tip, you can, and our drivers work off tips. We also, a lot of these delivery services on their app, they don't have a place where you can tip the restaurant staff. And that's another reason the restaurant staff didn't like it, because they're preparing all this food, getting everything ready, and then they don't get any compensation for it because the driver that's coming in from DoorDash, Uber Eats, now you said their names, I don't care either. But I mean, they're coming in and those drivers aren't going to tip. With us, it goes directly on and we pay. And we pay up front. They don't have to wait for the money. My mentor taught me a long time ago, if you find big solutions to big problems, you get big paychecks. So my thing is, if we can do volume if I do 5,000 orders in a month at $5 a piece, that's $25,000 a month. I can live on that.
Yeah,
I mean, it's nationwide. So we've developed apps. We're in the process of finishing up our website, and we're getting better every day. And now it's really exciting for us, because we have restaurants coming to us left and right, and you've helped us so much.
They should be. I mean, it doesn't make sense if you guys exist and you're not charging the restaurants. Listen to me, restaurants. They're not charging the restaurants a percentage. And they when you guys delivered La Masseria to me.
That was awesome.
Last Thursday, the food was phenomenal, and you guys delivered from a restaurant that is over 10 miles away. I looked on a competitor's website to see if La Masseria would actually be delivered by that company to my home. I'm not in their delivery area. But you guys do a 15-mile, is that correct?
Yeah, we do. We do, because we can get anywhere in this area within a certain amount of time. As of right now, we do it for a flat fee of $5. I mean, with our drivers, we may have to raise it a tiny bit if you go over a mile. We haven't decided yet. But the further away, it costs us a little bit more. But my goal is in the next couple of years to put these guys out of business if I can possibly do it.
Well, you're doing, I mean, the right thing to do is do well by the restaurants, because the restaurants are your bread and butter. If you eat your young, you won't have a business. And that's what's going to happen to these guys. They're going to implode because they're screwing over their meal tickets, basically.
Right.
And they're getting paid on both sides. My Liberta does not get paid on both sides. You guys have an app. Go look on the App Store or iPhone, whatever it is.
They can go to our website right there and download. They can click a button and they'll go straight to the website.
I'm not getting your website on my computer, so I'm just.
Everybody else in the world is. I'm sending my IT guys to your house. You're important to us.
No, because Judy's not getting it either. I don't know what's
I know
going
she told me that yesterday. I don't know why, because I went to 6 different computers and it worked.
Really? Okay,
maybe DoorDash and Uber Eats are blocking you.
They could be doing that, but I do have the app on the phone, and
Right.
you guys are just ramping up now. So you're mostly North County, is that correct? Like the Jupiter, Palm Beach Gardens, North Palm Beach area?
Yes. But
Okay.
We're expanding quickly. And we do another thing that they don't do. Most of them will never, ever take an order over the phone because they just don't. And if the restaurant's not on their app, you can't order from them.
Right.
But you can call 888-342-1067 and you'll get our amazing staff that does dispatch. And, they're not only knowledgeable, but they're friendly, they're helpful. And there's a lot of people nowadays that even still today don't want to. We're in South Florida. I don't know if you know, there's a few older people in this area. They don't like to use phones. I mean, apps and things. So they call our phone number. If we don't have the restaurant on our app, we'll still take the order. We'll call it up. We'll put it in for them. Our goal is customer service on both sides, as much as we can for the restaurant and as much as we can for our customers at home. All our drivers wear masks. They wear the gloves.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
But he won't do it.
When I got my food delivered, the driver was so pleasant. She was wearing a mask. She was wearing gloves. I had absolutely no complaints, was right there on time and delivered the food hot, fresh, and delicious. And I was blown away. And I just wanted to give you this time on the air because what you're doing helps the restaurant. It doesn't hurt them. I really want every single restaurateur to give you a call, 888-342-1067.
Got it up on the thing.
Oh, there it is. Okay, good. There you go. Because you really are helping. And if my Liberta is not in your area, if you're watching, up in Fort Pierce or something like that, do me a favor. Before you go to one of the apps, call the restaurant directly and ask them if they do in-house delivery. Because always go in-house when you can.
If there's anyone looking for something to open, we're looking for people to help us be owner-operators in different cities. Because unlike the big guys, we want to have somebody in each city so they can help and make sure things go right. And we're looking to expand very, very quickly. So if there's anyone in those areas, we're looking for people to help us open up in those areas so we can help those restaurants as well.
Well, that's really good to know as well. Well, Paul, again, my Liberta, it means freedom. Freedom from 36% from restaurants. Ah! Right. And hold on, you have a special going in May for the consumer on Friday.
Every Friday we do free delivery Friday. Just a secret, your first order is free with us anyway. But on Fridays we're doing it for everyone. You go to our website. You actually can go call us 888-342-1067. If there's a supper club that we don't have up on our website or our apps, we'll get those for you. We want to help as much as we can. We want to do as much as we possibly can. We've been doing a lot of free deliveries with Eat Palm Beach and those places. We do a lot of deliveries for all kinds of places. Pizza Girls, you just helped us get with them. They're amazing. I sat and talked to Phoebe the other day for about 30-40 minutes, and it's really exciting to talk to these people. And these really aren't just businesses they just started for fun. This is their blood, sweat, and tear. And and we need to all make sure that we're helping them stay in business as much as possible.
I want you to get with Mark and Karen at Pelican Cafe too, because they're doing in-house delivery. They stopped their other delivery services because of the percentage. Restaurants cannot afford it right now. They can't. Go call direct or call My Liberta or look at the website. And if you don't see something in your area, go to the search bar in there, and they will still deliver from that restaurant if it's not in their circumference.
We'll do. I have friends of mine. alcoholdelivery.com. I mean, a buddy of mine opened a business like that. Like, things are changing on a daily basis. So, oh, look at that. I should have gone to your house for this show.
I think I lost my fork. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but we got to wrap it up. I'm a half an hour late now.
We appreciate you letting me on.
But so many good people to talk to, so many people that are helping out restaurant owners, and you are one of them. And congratulations on what you're doing. You're part of the solution, not part of the problem.
Thank you so much.
Paul Mikel, look them up on Facebook. My Liberta, or myliberta.com. Here is the award-winning pineapple upside down cake. I think I don't have my fork anymore. This is from Pelican Cafe. Karen Howe's mom, this is her recipe. It won second place in the Foodie Awards a few years back, only to Cafe Europe, who took first place. I should be doing this with a fork, but I don't have one. So, oh my God. Oh my God. It's so moist. It has a consistency of like a rum cake. Oh my God, there's walnuts in it. This is unbelievable. I'm all set for the rest of the day. My name is Taylor Morgan. I know we went long again. I thank you so much for tuning in. The show is called Tayste Local. We're live every Tuesday and Thursday from 2 to whenever the hell we want to get off the air. And next Tuesday, we have another really, really, really great show. Frank Eucalito of Cafe Chardonnay and No Anchovies. He just opened that up again in Palm Beach Gardens. Will be along. George Patty from Meat Eatery and Tap Room in Boca. And he's also got a location in Isla Morada. Allison Lawler at Bobby Rubino's in Stewart. And also Zach Bell, James Beard Award nominated chef that is now working with Clay Connolly at Bucan and Grotto. And those will be my guests on Tuesday. I'm the owner of localdines.com. We've been down for day 48, but this is my way of just supporting local restaurateurs. And it's a passion of mine. And if you've watched this long today, it's a passion of yours too. So have a great weekend. Please be safe, stay healthy. And until we eat again, support local.